Well, hi folks, it's Danny at Bradley James Classics, and it's not often I get to do a video inside. Well, it's cold out there and dark, and this is a small motorcycle that I might as well do inside because, well, you can see it perfectly well. I might sound a bit echoey, but this is an unmistakable machine, and it's a fully restored 1986 Honda C90. And I've got to tell you, as a guy that's into bikes, always have been, there's my beloved old Kawasaki in the background. I've had that for a long time, I tell you. But anyway, that one's not for sale. Please don't ring up and ask to buy it because it's not going. But this one is. As much as it's lovely to have around, and there's always a temptation to have a little lightweight small bike in your life, and this is highly practical. So I'm pretty confident that this one here is going to be one of the nicest ones you're going to see on the market at the moment, and it's a great story. The bike itself has been owned by the previous owner since 2006. Now I'm selling this bike in 2022. And it took him a little longer to restore it than planned, but as you know, these things never quite work out as quickly as you'd hope. And he's done a fantastic job having this bike totally renovated, so it doesn't probably look too dissimilar to what it would have been like back in the day going and picking one of these up. Now, everyone's got a story of a Honda C50, 70, C90. They have a variety of names. This one is actually has the word economy put on it, but pretty much the Cub, Super Cub, Chicken Chaser, to name a few. This one is really superb. I think it's in the best colour scheme, but that's just my personal preference. And actually, by the time they got to 1986, they had worked out a degree of fantastic reliability and upgrades that made these really very nice to ride. Now, the 1970s ones, to be fair, are the ones I probably remember better, because they were the ones that you could buy for 50 quid, take this plastic cowling off and probably go scrambling and snap it in half and then go and buy another one for 50 quid. Now, those days are gone. You pay £500 just to buy a rolling wreck, really, for restoration. Now, this one's had all that restoration done, and don't be fooled into thinking it's a 5-minute job. Those who know these bikes know that it's this area here that tend to suffer with heavy corrosion. That's all been re-welded and replaced. That's all like new, and that's been done obviously both sides, fully repainted, the frame all painted. This plastic cowling literally looks brand new, but that's all been fully refurbished. The engine's been rebuilt. It literally sounds like a new bike. Let me see, there's a few little facts and figures that are interesting on these bikes, and I didn't know until, if I'm honest with you, I'd read up myself just how many of these units were sold. Now, up to 2017. So what do you think, as you're listening to this now, how many of these Super Cubs have sold worldwide? Up to 2017, bearing in mind they started production in 1958. 100 million. That was up to 2017. It's now 5 years later. So Lord knows how many they actually managed to sell, but they crop up, of course, in all parts of the world. And the UK was certainly a busy market, but even to this day now, they're still producing these, and these are very, very popular in Southeast Asia. We've probably all seen videos of whole families sort of hanging off these bikes as their only form of transport. Now, these bikes are 8 horsepower when it's a 90 or an 86cc. They can take 4 litres of fuel, and the fuel tank is underneath the seat. And you can do 100 miles per gallon on these, give or take. So actually, just one relatively inexpensive tank full. I appreciate fuel is quite expensive these days. It will take you just over 100, under about 8. Current price is about 80 miles, and yeah, it's doing about 100 miles to the gallon if you do the maths. So very economical to run. Here in the UK, these are only just about over £20 a year. Road tax, they're very cheap. So actually, if you wanted to use one of these, and if you kept it in this condition, it ought to prove a good investment because the price of these have been getting stronger and stronger. So it's an investment that you can buy and you can ride, and if you keep it in this good condition, there's no reason why you ought not make some money out of owning one of these given time. I think you'll have a lot more fun having one of these popped away in your garage than your ISA, but who knows with future investment values, with how the world is, we just don't know how well these investments are going to go. But having one of these little motorcycles in your life, that's surely got to cause you a bit of fun. I've made a few little notes here. Yeah, it is a remarkable design classic because they managed to have big wheels, 17-inch wheels. The position of the engine in the gearbox is separate. It's not like a scooter which has the transmission bolted onto the rear wheels and or a swinging arm to power the rear wheel with tiny wheels. This is big. These feel good to ride. You've got double shock telescopic suspension on the back, similar on the front, so they are actually quite comfortable. You can do 55 miles an hour, possibly more if you're going downhill, and it's a very easy to use 3-speed sequential gearbox. There's no clutch, so you'll notice over here there's no second lever, but just a matter of pushing down here to put it into gear, and then the one at the back here takes it out of gear. So you're literally engaging or disengaging this centrifugal clutch, and that means it's like a sequential gearbox, 3-speed, very easy to use, a lot of fun to ride. Very, very basic. This one's covered 26,000 miles since 1986, and well, it literally is like new. Beautiful switch gear. There's your choke here, indicators, there's the horn. There's no electric start. Oh, sorry, indicators are here left and right. The other one was the lights, I'm sorry. Over this side, we've got a kickstarter and a brake. Very, very basic. It works on a very simple magneto for the power, so not really much to go wrong. A super little bike. We have it in stock here at Bradley James Classics. We can deliver it anywhere in the country for a very reasonable transport fee. In fact, this one will be quite cheap to deliver to you because unlike our cars, which have to go on a truck, this can go in the back of the works van, which is cheaper to transport than our large truck. So folks, 1986 C90 Super Cub, absolutely fully restored condition. It looks wonderful. It's easy to ride. It starts first time. All the work's been done to restore this bike fully. It's just ready to enjoy. We have it in stock now. We can offer a part exchange service. We can offer delivery, as we mentioned, and we can part exchange this against a classic car or another classic motorcycle, modern motorcycle, even a modern car or a small light commercial. We try, if we can, to make doing a deal as easy as possible. Now, I hope having this in my little motorcycle corner here with, you know, a monster like that in the corner and the big 900 Kawasaki doesn't make this one look too small, but you know, these are commuter bikes. These kept Britain on the road, and in fact, another little fact I read somewhere is that this is the most produced motor vehicle in the world. There's been no more of any other motor vehicle than one of these. So join the revolution. I think you should have a Honda C90 in your life. But seriously, if you fancy one, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a nicer one. We have it here in stock now. Please get in contact if you'd like to buy this super little machine, or indeed come and have a look. Well, it's Danny at Bradley James Classics signing out. Thank you.